Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Relationship Stories. In today's video, we will explore the real life story of a person who fell in love with his ex-wife after losing his beloved daughter. How did this happen? And what was the shocking reply he got from his ex-wife? Let's find out in this story. Now, let's hear the story from the husband's perspective. It happened Saturday night and I can't stop thinking about it. My ex and I were young when she got pregnant. We were both only 19 and we were pressured by our families to get married before our daughter was born. We didn't last long. Obviously, we were not ready to be married on top of learning how to be parents and living together. Our daughter was barely 10 months old when we decided it was better for her if we remained friends or co-parents rather than two young girls who were not ready for marriage, despite the feelings we had. And it really did work out for the best. We were fantastic co-parents who got along great. Unfortunately, we lost our daughter 4 years ago when she was 7. We were both devastated and even now, we're still barely managing to live with the pain. I fell into deep depression and isolated myself for a while. She reached out and we grieved together. We became each other's support because we were the only ones who understood what the other was going through, and that helped immensely. Our sweet baby girl's birthday was on Saturday and we always like to do something on that day. She came to my place, I made my daughter's favorite meal, we lit up a candle for her. She ended up staying a few hours and we were just having some wine and sitting outside on my deck, talking about our favorite memories with our girl, crying, then laughing, telling funny stories to lighten up the mood again. It was really a lovely time. I felt relaxed and at a peace. She was too. I really can't say who made the first move. We were both just talking and next thing I knew we were leaning in and kissing. It was very strange, I can't lie. Any romantic thoughts between us were pretty much pushed down because we had a good thing going on with our daughter. After the divorce, we didn't want to make anything complicated for her sake. But then it didn't feel as strange and we both lost ourselves. There was just so much energy between us that night, a lot of intense emotions that I guess you can say heightened the passion. We both knocked out after. It was not exactly awkward in the morning. It was more like neither of us knew how to be around each other. She just smiled and thanked me for the night. But we didn't talk about what happened. I don't think we were ready for that conversation yet. I made myself busy to avoid reaching out, and that's where we are right now. Neither of us have contacted each other since. It's only been a couple days, I know, but it feels like forever already. I had liked to talk to her about this, but at the same time, I really have no idea what I even want to say. All I know is I can't stop thinking about her and all the feelings that came with what happened. But I don't know what that means for us, if this means we should pursue something or leave it alone. Plus, there's the fact that we did this happen when we were both vulnerable and it's possible we just wanted to escape instead of thinking about the grief we feel. I can't say I didn't feel anything for her all this time, but I pretty much put that away to preserve our co-parenting relationship. Now we have crossed that line and I have no idea where to go from here. Before seeing the update from OP, now I will tell you my opinion about this. OP, I think you said it pretty well. I would call her and be direct. Say that if she is not interested, she can tell you then. But if she is, see where the conversation leads. Usually I would suggest saying something like that to someone in person. But this is an emotional time and an emotional experience for both of you. So the only way to talk in person would likely be at one of your houses. And I think it would be more appropriate to tell her this on the phone and see if it's something she even wants to start discussing. Now let's see some of the top advices given by the community members. Member 1 said, "You and your ex share something that nobody will ever understand. She probably feels as conflicted as you do. I would send her a nice note and letting her know that you're thinking of her and would like to meet her again. Maybe offer breakfast or a lunch so that it will appear more casual with less stress. And if things work out, there is New Year's Eve in a few days. It would be lovely if you could rekindle an old relationship and start 2023 with something good. The member 2 said, I would write her a letter. It might take a few tries to get it right, but I think it's the best way to gather your thoughts about this as well. It might also be good to take this very slow at first, as in, don't ask about maybe rekindling an old flame, but talk about what happened and maybe discuss both of your feelings. She may be on the same page, but she also might not be. The best way to find out is ask, but I'm sure you will know what to say. You both have shared a lot of same experiences and you would have an idea where she will be coming from. Take your time and talk. Be gentle with your words and be empathetic towards how she feels. She most likely is also unsure about how to feel about this. But be open to all possibilities. I'm sorry for your loss and I hope all the best for you. Member 3 said, one nugget of truth I have learned is that everything happens for a reason. What will be, will be. You two have a history and intricate one that you both seem to reflect on as positive of the other person. And you share a child you love very dearly. It is incredibly that you come together every year of your daughter's birthday and celebrate the reminiscences. I see some people saying you should call or text her immediately and dump your feelings. I think this is a very big step that has a lot of pitfalls. Maybe reach out and try to get lunch, get a feel for your friendship as it stands now. You have a lot of feelings and they could be a jumble of grief leading to something passionate, or it could be a missing one another in any case. If you wanted to talk to her about your feelings and that night, I had say try to do some more soul searching as to how you feel about her romantically before the possibility of convoluting the friendship further. I wish you the best of luck and I'm thankful your daughter had two amazing parents. I'm sure she loved you both very much. The next update from the OP is, the love and support I got on my last post was very touching. So many of you gave wonderful advice and insight so that I had leave an update for everyone who cares to know. I decided to reach out instead of letting any more time pass. Was a day after I posted, I like someone had commented I was honest about not knowing what to say but wanting to reach out, so she didn't think I was not ignoring her. I had also told her I could not stop thinking about it and I'm open to talk about this if she wants to. And she did. She came over and we talked for a long time. Bringing up the topic of our feelings, my ex admitted that a few years after the divorce her feelings for me resurfaced and started to regrow. Just the way we got along in raising our daughter. How much we have matured since splitting up. She had been trying to work up with the courage to talk about her feelings for me and to see if I felt the same. But then, well, we lost our daughter and the only thing on our minds after that was grief. Part of me felt happy that she was having the same feelings as I did. That night, we both got swept up in everything, so naturally our old feelings came out. I had wondered for days if the only reason we slept together was to avoid feeling the loss of our daughter. Still, don't fully know the answer. We both have had these feelings for a long time. And were in a vulnerable place when it happened. Perhaps it was a bit of both. So that left us thinking, well, now what? I told her I'm open to seeing where this could go, or we can agree it was a one-time thing and go back to only being friends. To my relief, she decided she wanted to try this out and see what happens. But very, very slowly, we have a lot of history and so much of it is tied in grief from losing our daughter. I know we can't jump into anything serious or pick up where we left off just like that. We agreed we had spent more time together and test the waters. We decided that would be a one-time thing until we are more comfortable, because that would only bring too many strong emotions and the whole point is to take things slow. So that is where we are at the moment. After we finished talking, we hugged and we held hands When I walked her back to her car, she kissed my cheek before she left, and my heart was pounding. Over the last few weeks, we have had about 5 dates, just simple walks around the park on our lunch breaks or grabbing coffee. I always look forward to them and I'm constantly groaning afterwards. We hold hands, hug. We only kissed once on our third date, and I felt like I was walking on clouds after. I do have to admit it's strange, but in a very good way. She was my ex, and 4 years after the divorce, I always looked at her as a chapter in my life that was now closed, even if those feelings were there. Now here we are. I'm hopeful for what's to come, and I know she is too. So thanks again everyone for your kind advice and encouragement.